Social Media Friday here live from Bethany Travel in Millsboro, Delaware.
Yes.
Our beautiful storefront. And another Friday, another week's gone by.
Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. I am very excited because this is one of my favorite weeks of the year. For those of you that can see,
Yeah.
it is Masters Week for all of our fellow golfers. We love this week. This is the true kickoff of the spring and golf season, and there is nothing like Augusta National. And I was fortunate enough to go in 2017, and I still have pictures hanging up in my room, in my office, and it was one of the best weeks ever. But so happy Masters Week and happy Friday.
Yes.
So usually for those of you that are new to the page, and we've been getting a lot of new followers recently. So thank you for all the new followers and everyone that tunes in every week. And I still can't believe how many people watch us every week.
I can't either. Yeah, it's amazing. So welcome and thank you for taking a little bit of your time to find out what's new in our world.
That's right. And we have a lot of exciting things coming down the pipe that we'll talk about here. But one thing we are excited about, and I don't even have it on our script that we usually. So usually I like to surprise her with things, but she knows about this one. She'll understand when I get to it. But we officially have a YouTube page.
Yeah.
It's been taking us some time. We're trying to figure out what we were going to be doing with that and how that was going to help us at Bethany Travel and you, the clients. But in a few weeks, we are going to be launching a YouTube series called Pack Your Bags with Cindy. And what that will entail is we will be going through pretty much all of our group trips on a weekly basis. It is going to air/be posted every Wednesday on our social media page. What will happen is it will go live on Facebook and the other platforms, but then you will have access to it on YouTube to learn about all of our group trips, because we have 13, probably going to be adding 3 more here shortly to what we're going to be for our groups that we have for 26 and 27. And a lot of times we get asked, what groups do you have? And this is going to be our way and the agency's way to explain to you what that trip entails. We may have some special guests from a certain companies that we're doing the trips with to kind of give some more detail as far as the resort, the country that we're going to be visiting and why, some benefits of that trip. So we are excited. We are going to start filming those here shortly. So if you see us in the same outfits, it's because we're recording multiple. It's not, we promise we do wash our clothes. But no, we are super excited about launching our YouTube series. So stay tuned for that. We're hoping to start launching those videos that first week of May. That gives us some time to start recording and work with the different companies that have them involved in those. So it's going to be anywhere from 5 to 15 minute kind of production of going through the highlights of each trip and getting the true excitement of why you should maybe do that trip. And for example, like the national parks, highlighting the details inside of that amazing trip, and it's going to be amazing. I'm excited about it. Usually when I think of these ideas, it's super early in the morning while I'm working out or whatever, and I usually just text Miss Cindy here and say, "Hey, what do you think about that?" And she usually says yes, but
and of course then that gets my imagination going,
Yeah.
because he gets the idea and then it sparks my imagination. So of course I have more ideas for the YouTube.
yeah,
Like we've already done one. Like we did one when we were at Sandals, Dunn's River, and it's just like, okay, we kind of guide you on paper how to book at Littleton Travel, but I went ahead and Brennan just videos me and I just talk and forget that I've got a video on me. And we did a thing on how to book at Littleton Travel, and we have people, we send that link to them, and we are getting so many. This week alone, I know I had 5 people book during this week while they were on resort because I reminded them. And then also they had our YouTube video. They're like, this is easy. Like, this is what you do. You go to this. So I have a lot of ideas because as I talk to people about my ideas on packing tips or what to know before you go away, contacting your bank, all that good stuff. I had a guy the other day tell me, he's like, you need to tell people this. Like, some people just don't know. So that's my ideas for more than just our group trips.
Yeah.
We're going to have ideas on how to make your travel easier, because we do travel a lot and it's what we do and what we love. And sometimes things I take for granted people would love to know. So
That's right.
there's some more. So he sparks the idea. It gets my imagination running, and I think we'll just have more and more fun things also about how to get ready for that group
Yeah,
trip.
it's going to be great. I can't wait to start launching all the videos, and um, it's not going to take away from our Fridays. I think
No.
we love doing this, and I think our clients love doing it. But let's get going here on our itinerary that we have here. So first off, we do have our Princess Cruise night
Yes.
next Wednesday night, 4 o'clock and 6 p.m. The 4 o'clock time has about 5 spots left,
Yeah.
and then the 6 p.m. is about the same, 5 to 8 spots left. So that is going to be a fun night to come learn about Princess. A lot of people's bucket list is Alaska.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about why use Princess on, or why to go to Alaska with Princess. So I'm excited. Glenn's going to be here, who's our rep. He's going to be giving a presentation.
It's
It
going
is-
to be great.
yeah.
Great presentation.
It usually always is with Princess, and it's a free event. You don't have to pay for anything.
Mhm.
It's really just come, listen, and hopefully you book that trip with us in
Yeah.
the future of whenever that bucket list trip is going to happen. So we're excited about that. That is next Wednesday, 4 p.m. show and a 6 p.m. show. We look forward to seeing you right here in the office, and you can kind of see where we do our
Yeah,
Fridays.
yeah.
So
And he'll also be talking about princesses, not just Alaska. They're great for the Caribbean, Panama Canal, and Europe. So we'll be touching on that also, and why Princess is a great line to sail on.
yeah, that's right. The other thing that we've kind of mentioned already, we mentioned it last week and we posted it this week, and it's been getting a lot of buzz of questions and emails, is we have finally released our group page on our website. That is taking, it took a while to build, but it's done. So if you are interested in one of our groups, you can just go to bethanytravel.net. At the top bar, at the top it says groups. You click there. It has all of our groups starting the 2026 groups all the way to the end of 2027. The one thing you'll see in there, each link kind of has how you can contact that person to start getting pricing and things like that for the trip. But also for the trips that we're doing with Colette, you'll see that we actually have a landing page for that group.
Yes.
And you can click that link, it'll take you to another browser. And then inside of that, you'll see the full itinerary, pricing, and everything you need to know about that trip, packing tips, the different excursions that you can do. And then it actually gives you the ability. So if you're there on the weekend and you want to do one of
Yeah.
our group trips, in the top right corner, it says sign up today.
Mhm.
You'll click that, you can sign up. We'll get notified immediately by email, and we'll contact you our next business day to start that conversation. So, and we're excited. All of our collect trips will be pick up from Bethany Travel, take to the airport as well. So, I don't know. It's something that we should have been doing.
And
for a
of course,
while.
now that I've experienced it, my first Colette guided tour, it's just so seamless. And those of you who followed along with me for my, the 12-night tour of Italian Vistas, you just see, like, you're going to see so much, and you're not going to wait in line, and every little detail is taken care of for you. It's a little bit fast paced, but I couldn't have done it without Colette.
Yeah, no, we have the tours are a level 3 and level 2, so they are a mix on the ones that we do have posted. So it is going to be nice to kind of, if you don't want that high paced tour, we do have others offering, and then you always could go to the Caribbean and sit back on a beach and relax. We have those too. Or if you don't like to cook during Thanksgiving, you can always go with Kelly and Tammy on the
There
Thanksgiving
you go.
cruise. So
We have options.
we
Yeah,
have tons and tons of options, so we're excited about that. So feel free to take, again, it's bethanytravel.net, and at the top it has all of our groups page and the person to contact in order to book that group. So yeah, I know that's something you and I have talked about that we've needed. It's finally happened. So
And also, like, when you're in your, having your happy hours
Yeah.
on Friday night in your country clubs, or, your wherever you're at with your friends, if you have a group that you want to do, we can certainly put that together for you, and you can get that same pickup service. And maybe you want to go somewhere else on a different date. We can always put that group together for you.
Yeah.
So it's not just our groups, it's we can do your group for you and customize it to exactly what you and your friends want.
yeah, exactly. No, that's a great point. So we're going to kind of dive into the meat of it. Usually we kind of hit the important things first, and then kind of go into the bigger discussion towards the end. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. That's how we do it. So, but one thing we do get questioned a lot about is, they say, Cindy, Kelly, Brandon, what should we be thinking about booking right now for future trips, or right now trips, and it constantly happens. And I was on a call yesterday with a client, doing a Zoom call because they couldn't make it. They only had lunchtime, and their friends at work, and they were surprised to see how much inventory was gone at
Yeah.
an all inclusive. And then the next call I did was a river cruise.
Mhm.
They were so surprised for 2026, and even 27,
Yeah.
about the inventory that is gone. So I thought it would be nice to kind of sit back and let you talk
Yeah.
a little bit about, if you were coming into Bethany Travel right now, what would you be thinking about booking now? And then what are some timelines or things that you would recommend for people to book out, whether that's all inclusive, river cruising, Alaska? Maybe just because a lot of people don't know, and I think it's important for people to understand that if you want to do Alaska, for example, it is very hard to do in Alaska this summer with
Almost
inventory.
impossible. Yeah.
To get
For
the
land,
right,
to get the land tours almost
the land
impossible.
and
Yeah.
cruise right cabin, midship, whatever,
Yeah.
right side of the ship. So when you're coming in, you get that. But anyways, I'll
Yeah.
hand it over to you. So
So
I know
I-
that was a full big
Yeah.
question,
Yep,
but
but that's all right. So I was working with a family and still am this week, but we have a couple things on hold, so they have options. But 4 cabins on a Royal Caribbean, one of the newer ships that everybody wants to go on. 2027 is tough. I mean, it was tough
yeah,
to get, good location cabins side beside each other, connecting because there's kids involved. So right now, you should be thinking about 27 and 28 travel plans. It's never too early to start because the cruise lines, Sandals and Beaches, Viking, all of them are coming out with their itineraries early because people like to plan and it gives you more time to pay, which is also a good point. So it's never too early to think about your vacation plans, especially like if you're dealing with a multi-generational family trip or you're dealing with your friends and groups. Everybody's schedules is kind of packed right now. So if you're looking at 27 or 28, now's a good time to say, hey, this is when, put this on your calendar. We want to go away to the Caribbean or we want to go to Europe on this week. Does this work for everybody? And then it's a little easier for us to give you lots of options because you want options. You don't want to take, last minute travel is a thing of the past. I mean, you might get something, but you're also going to get what nobody else wants. So
Yeah.
let's plan far out to get the date you want, the cabins or the rooms you want, the suites you want, the villas. The best goes first.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's not too early to be looking at 27, 28. Now that's not saying if you have a week available in 26, please let us know because
yeah, exactly.
yesterday I just booked a 26 Alaska, just a cruise only from Seattle. No problem. I got it for them. It's fine. It's great. It'll be a great experience. But, let us know. But really put your thoughts when you're talking to your family and your friends and all. Get talking about 27 and 28 because it will be here before we know it.
Yeah. No, so let's dive into a little bit. So I'm a new client, and I'm thinking about a river cruise. And how long or months should someone be looking out for a river cruise? I know you said 27, 28,
Yeah.
but maybe it may help to say months. So
Yeah.
is it 12, 6, 12, 18, 24?
I mean, I would say most of our travelers doing river cruising are usually looking at the 9 to 18 months out.
I would agree with
Yeah,
that.
I mean, because for one thing, like I said, you want options, and all you have to do, don't take our word for it. Go on Royal Caribbean, go on Viking, go on Beaches. Start looking at dates,
Yeah.
and you'll see sold out, sold out, sold out. I mean, it's unbelievable right now how far people are booking out, and they're doing that because they know when they want to go and they know what they want. And some people book while they're on that Viking, they might be booking for 2 years out because there's booking bonuses.
That's
When
right.
they're at Beaches Turks, they might be in that 4 bedroom and they want it again, but maybe not for 2 years. They're booking it before they ever leave.
Yeah.
So, I'd say, the 9 to 18 month window is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's what I've experienced so far, just recently, probably the last 2 or 3 weeks is, the last minute trips are great because like it gets you excited, you
Yeah.
can start packing, but to get the room categories and the places on the ship is just so difficult because I think at the end of the day, no matter what happens, people want to travel.
They do. People
And-
are traveling. And I can tell you, even, you know, people are like, you just went to Europe, and yeah, I was just in Europe for 21 nights as a first timer and felt totally confident, you
Yeah.
know, but believe me, the airports are full. The tours are full. Everywhere is full. So
Yeah.
people are traveling. So there's nothing has, thank God, knock on wood, you know, nothing has impacted that yet, but people are still going.
Yeah. So that's we'll wrap it up here on Friday. I think that we just wanted to kind of touch base because you know a lot of times I would say over the last 2 or 3 weeks, both myself and Cindy have gotten that question. It's like, hey, when should I be planning this trip or
Wow.
that trip? And I thought it'd be a great Friday kind of end the week on.
Yeah. And people are surprised with our answers, so it's good that we're reaching all of you because, like I said, just do what I say. Go on and look because we are the same price as the internet. So if you're on and you're looking at Royal Caribbean Star of the Seas and you want to go, oh, next February, it'd be a perfect time to go. Start looking at that inventory.
Yeah.
And we always say it because it's Friday. I'm going to say it. We've said it before. If you see something online and there's one cabin left, or at Sandals or Beaches, there's one room left, go ahead and book it. Just don't pay it in full. And then let us know on Monday, and they're going to transfer that over to us because these companies really want you to book to a travel agent.
Yeah.
Because we're going to take your calls and we're going to answer your questions and we're going to make sure you're not going to have any surprises when you get there that they have to deal with. But we're not open 24/7 like the internet. So go ahead and put that room on hold. And people think it's crazy that I say that, but you're going to see it's the same price. And then you're going to get what you want. We're going to back you up with the service when you turn it over to us on Monday. And it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. No, I mean that happens almost every
It does.
weekend,
It happens
honestly.
every weekend. And I mean, go ahead and email us, you know, or something. I mean, most of the time, if we're in town, which we are, we're probably going to jump on that email.
Yeah.
But we might not be able to jump on it as quickly as we do when we're in the office. And, you know, I mean, sometimes, you know, you see something at 11 o'clock at night, and I can't always guarantee that I'm going to answer you or probably should answer
Yeah.
you at 11 o'clock at night.
That's right.
But you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, people are shopping and it's like, oh my God, Cindy, I'm sorry, I had to book because there was only one room left. No problem. Just don't pay it off. Just don't pay it in full and we'll take it over for you on Monday.
Yeah, that's great. So we're gonna end here. We'll get to our Friday. I will have my iPad on watching the Masters, but I will get a lot of work done, I promise. But no, we hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. It looks like it's gonna be another beautiful weekend and with some great weather coming up next
Yeah.
week. So as always,
The internet's for looking.
Bethany Travel is for booking. Thanks everybody.
Take care. Have a good weekend.